which is such a fantastic Luffy conclusion. That's not why Crocodile stole Alabaster's rain. It had nothing to do with it. But in Luffy's mind, that makes perfect sense. Water is his weakness, so of course he took the water away. That brilliant dastardly villain. But for an example that actually helped, how about when Luffy was able to find Crocodile in the tomb simply because he spotted a set of stairs and thought to himself, that hole looks crocodilish. Crocodile again foiled by Luffy's unique thought process, which is a very kind way of putting it. I said earlier that Luffy was capable of outthinking Crocodile. That's not entirely accurate, but Luffy is essentially immune to a lot of Crocodile's logic. So it often does genuinely feel like a battle of intelligence just as much as it is power, especially because Crocodile and Luffy spend so much time interacting with one another, much more time than any villain who came before Crocodile. Plus, Crocodile does have some fun, compelling quirks. Something that a lot of people miss is that during Impel Down, after being freed, Crocodile appears in his own clothes instead of the prison outfits that the others keep. This is because Crocodile took the time and effort in Newcomer Land to go through their clothing options and put together a bit of an outfit. We don't see this happen in the manga, but the anime even has one of the candies fitting his shoes, and just what a boss. Even in the closest thing this world has to a literal hell, Crocodile just has to style all over everyone else. He would be a perfect fit in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which I think is best epitomized by this live-action Crocodile in the One Piece premiere show 2014, because just look at that magnificent face. But everything I've mentioned is essentially irrelevant without a satisfying payoff. Everything else is all about building the sandcastle that we get to knock down, and Crocodile more than satisfies. What I love about this climax is that Luffy needed a clever solution to beat Crocodile, and that rarely happens in One Piece. The solution is usually just punch harder or bigger, or punch more, because Luffy's final fights tend to be a bit of an endurance contest. But on this occasion, he had to come up with the brilliant idea of using his own blood. Plus, during the climax, Crocodile makes it personal. Luffy, up until this point, has mostly fought for the sake of others, which is how this begins as well, as Luffy of course agrees to help Vivi, but Crocodile makes this a personal obstacle for Luffy by insulting his ambition to become the Pirate King. And that's why Luffy's iconic "I will defeat you" hits so hard. In the end, what's tipping Luffy over the edge here isn't Vivi, it isn't Alabaster, it isn't his crew, it's his personal ambition. The straw hat that broke the Crocodile's back, punched him through solid bedrock, and may be the most iconic villain defeat in all of One Piece. However, because this is One Piece, a truly great villain needs to satisfy one extra criteria, which is to have a satisfying character arc. And like all of the best villains in One Piece, I think that Crocodile only becomes a stronger character after his tenure as a main antagonist.